My name is Mary Ann Enlo. I am in charge to report the National Science and Technology Agenda in the Philippines. This is the overview of my report. Which is the history, introduction, scientists as advocates, Philippine Science and Technology Agenda. So let's tackle about pre-Spanish period. So before the colonialization of Spaniard in the Philippine Islands, the natives of the archipelago had practices already linked to science and technology. The Filipinos were already aware of the medicinal and therapeutic properties of the plants and the methods of extracting medicine from their herbs. So mo na siya ang nahitabo during this before the Spanish colonialization in the Philippines. So the Filipino are aware of extracting medicinal properties from the herbs. So Banawi rice terraces are among the sophisticated product of the engineering by pre-Spanish era Filipino. So after this day, the Banawi rice terraces is still existing. So it still exists. So this is one of the great example of agricultural engineering here in our country before the Spaniards colonized us. So this is a living proof that our ancestors had already practiced, had already have knowledge or already had practice before the colonizers occupy our country. So the colonialization of the Philippines contributed to the growth of science and technology in the archipelago. The Spanish introduced formal education and founded scientific institutions during the early years of Spanish colonialization in the Philippines. So there are a lot of advantage also, which is the knowledge from the Spanish were transferred to the natives. And so the parish schools were in charge of parish schools were established where religion, reading, writing, arithmetic, and music were taught. Sanitation and more advanced methods of agriculture were taught to the natives. So as we can see, it develops. So there are influences which ang nahatag po sa mga colonizer, which is it helps advances the science and technology that is used in many sectors, not just in agricultural sectors in our country. So the progress of science and technology in the Philippines was continued under American rule of the islands. On July 1, 1901, the Philippine Commission established the Bureau of Government Laboratories, which was placed under the Department of the Interior. So ubos na siya sa Department of Interior ang Bureau of Government Laboratories. The Bureau replaced the Laboratorium Municipal, which was established during the colonial period. So una ning na-establish ang Laboratorium Municipal. So kining mga kuan during sa American rule, ilik-ilisa na lang na sila, ilis-ilis na lang na siya og name. The Bureau dealt with the study of tropical diseases and laboratory projects. So mo na siya ang during the American. On October 26, 1905, the Bureau of Government Laboratories was replaced by the Bureau of Science, and on December 8, 1933, the National Research Council of the Philippines was established. So we can see nga nagbago-bago ang mga research centers sa Pilipinas during sa time sa American rule sa Pilipinas. So the Bureau of Science became the primary research center of the Philippines until World War II. So mo na siya ang end sa National Research Council of the Bureau of Science ang Bureau of Science nag-end na siya sa sa World War II. During President Marcos presidency, the importance given to science grew. In 1973 amended Philippine Constitution, he declared that the advancement of science and technology shall have priority in national development. In his 2 terms as president and during martial law, he enacted many laws promoting science and technology. So nakita ni President Marcos, late President Marcos, ang kahalagahan sa science technology in the national development. So it's obvious naman, as we can see today, science and technology helps or build the society we are right now. So he enacted many laws promoting science and technology. All these laws, based on my observation, all the research center that was established during the time of President Marcos is still existing. So daghan jud kayog mga halimbawa kanang mga lung center, mga heart center during ni President Marcos o mga kanang National Rice Research National Research Council during po na-establish o kana pong tropical medicine mo po na siyang na-establish nga project during ni President Marcos. As we can see today, daghan pa ang mga na-establish ni President Marcos nga napakinabangan pa sa mga Pilipino, not just an infrastructure but also katong mga research center that helps us nga para ma-increase ang production sa rice sa Philippines, which is katong National Rice Research Council ba to siya? Scientists and technologies are essentials in the developing countries. They are one of the key players in a country's quest for industrialization. So mao ni ang needed for the advancement of technology sa Pilipinas, ang scientists o ang technologists. So they are the lifeblood of the research. As katong scientists and technologists are lifeblood of research and innovation, and they have important roles in the industry and manufacturing sectors. Together with the rules and national building, scientists have responsibility to advocate for the betterment of science and technology. So mao ni siya ang role nga gigampanan ni scientists they must advocate for the betterment of science and technology. For the Philippines, in order to halt the vicious cycle of technological backwardness and poverty, it is important that scientists and technologists be aware of the sad plight of science and technology in the Philippines. But based on my observation, it is sad to say that most of our scientists and technologists is napakinabangan sa ubang nasod because of the lack of support from the government. So mo na siya, although there are many Filipino scientists and technologies, so they prefer a high and rewarding job abroad sa ilahang skills or knowledge. So innovation culture. What a recent success we had with the saltwater lamp, the salamander tricycle, and the Diwata microsatellite is a good start. So mao pa lang ni siya ang mga innovation culture nga nahitabo sa Pilipinas, kining mga invention sa mga Pinoy malaki. But it only dictates that we had a long way to go before we create innovative culture. So dili pa nato matawag nga innovative culture kay dako pa kay tag apsunon. So dili kayo inguna na ka-advance ang atuang science and technology sa Pilipinas. Innovation can only happen with enough scientists and technologies to develop innovative ecosystems. So gamay ra tag scientists kay ang uban ng abroad og ang and technology. So we cannot really say ourselves that we have innovative ecosystems because we don't have enough scientists and technologies in order to obtain this what we call innovative culture. We have, as we said here, we have a long way to go before we create innovative culture. So here are the example of saltwater lamp, salamander tricycle, and Diwata microsatellite. So layo ra kay na siya sa as we compared sa ubang countries is layo ra kaayo ang Pilipinas. So very slow ang progress sa science and technology sa Philippines. As we can see today, we rely on the output of science of technology sa ubang nasod. So ASEAN integration requires competitive technology. Science and technology help us understand nature in the world. So science and technology help us also connect us, and they enable us to live full lives through news and through new and innovative means. It therefore requires that we as Filipino expand our science and technology base to enable us to compete in an integrated ASEAN. So we all know that other ASEAN countries is that advanced na ang technologies and they are really competitive. So as a member of ASEAN, we must improve our technological science and technology in the Philippines so that our people can lead their full lives and through new and innovative means. So we all know the importance of science and technology is that it really helps us in advancing our way of living, and it builds the society we are right now. So there are two major approaches na kailangan in order to advance the science and technology here in our country. So number one is stronger research and development within the region, not just in Manila. So it was recommended in Science Technology Agenda sa ako ang report ang stronger research nga dili lang sa Manila but also the municipalities. But sad to say, there are a lot of research nga nahimo, but there are, for example, sa mga campus, like for example, Davao del Sur State College, naghanag mga research, but also there's a lack of implementation to those research nga namugna. So next is strategic project in 5 areas. So next is renewable energy. So as we can see today, we can use the renewable energy such as wind energy, geothermal energy. Mo dapat ni ang gi-focus sa ato ang government. So mo na ang National Science Technology Agenda nga dapat gina-focus. So science and technology for industry development. So we must apply the science and technology for the industry development such as in the manufacturing para pod ma-faster ang mga creations sa mga food services or delivery sa services. Next is letter C is faster and cheaper internet. So mao na ang one nga gi-aim sa government ang dili mas slow ang ato ang internet connection unya mapabrato or mapadown ang internet fees or charges. So ang letter D, ang aim sa National Science and Technology Agenda is increase food production. So ang science and technology man jud is that gipadali niya ang food production. So if we are using the advanced technology, next is climate change adaptation. So ang climate change is the next is science and technology national is that it must have mitigate to the impact of the climate change. So we must adapt or not or dili ta maka-cause og severity sa climate change. So mo na siya ang purpose sa national science technology. So enabling mechanism and specify. So ang kuandere mo siya ang recommendation, more research done through the DOST and its sectoral planning councils and institutes. So dapat we must have enough funds or dakotag funds for the development of science technologies that dapat dako ang pundo ni DOST or Departments of Science and Technology, which is na mao ni siya ang agency nga nag-improve sa atong science and technology nga kahimtang sa Pilipinas, and sectoral planning councils in institute. So dapat dako og pundo. Strengthening the Balik Scientist program. So Balik Scientist program is that kanimo ni siya ang program, it encourage sa mga katong mga OFW nga magbalik sa Pilipinas to be part of the change or to contribute to the change sa ato ang science and technology. Kay as I said earlier is that daghan na nga abroad nga mga technologies which is wala na pakinabangan sa pamahalaan ilang mga skills. Mo na sa the Balik Scientist programs encourage Filipino scientists to help in the developing or shaping the country's quest for for science and technology for the advancement or the development. Science and technology cooperation within ASEAN, especially in the space program and climate change adaptation. So, ginikuan diri that ASEAN, so ang ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, so they must involve themselves, though these countries must involve themselves in space programs and climate change adaptation. Next is cooperation between industry and science technology community. So, unsa ang kalagahan aning cooperation sa between and science community and industry. So, it means mapalambo pa ang mga industries kung nakipag-cooperate sila sa science community. Number 5 is climate change adaptation. So, climate change adaptation is that science and technology kanang dapat it serves as tools to kanang to live, although na ay climate change, dili pa kanang makuan gihapon ang kanang we can live or adapt sa impact sa climate change. So dapat ingon ana ang science and technology. So I think that is for all about my report. Thank you for listening, everyone. I know familiar na sa to ang climate change adaptation. I don't want to explain it further.